Doug Turner, you served as Chief of Staff to New Mexico's last Republican governor, Gary Johnson. You got a first-hand look at what it took for him to win a general election, then serve in office. On Tuesday, only one of you will walk away a winner in a race that only Republicans can vote in. So what do you say to the independent and even Democratic voters about why they should trust you to be the next governor of our state?
Well, the first thing I should say is that I never actually worked for the state of New Mexico. I never was Chief of Staff for Gary Johnson. I worked on Gary's campaign. So I never worked for state government. And, you know, what I would say to people out there is the following. You know, we have seen good government in New Mexico. And good government in New Mexico has always been driven by outsiders. It's always been driven by citizen service, people who come to politics from the outside, people who come to politics with business experience, people who've built companies, who've employed people, who've made payrolls. You know, any of you who is in business knows how difficult it is. How difficult it is to make a buck, how difficult it is to make payroll. Anyone from government who tells you they know doesn't know what they're talking about. Those are the kinds of people that we elect. And I will tell you that my campaign and my candidacy has focused on the issues that matter to the people of this state. I've been talking about our failing public education system, fixing our broken government and bankrupt state. You know, you talk about things that matter to everybody in this state. I've got people who were once Democrats who have become Republicans because I'm running. I've motivated a whole population of younger Republicans in this state. So if you're looking for citizen government, not career politics, I would urge you to support me in my campaign for governor. I don't have an interest in a long-term career in politics, just doing the job that needs to be done and then going home.
The reason Democrats and independents should trust me is because I have a proven record that each of you can look up. I have 24 years of public service. I chose to be a prosecutor. One day, I was sitting in a courtroom, and there was a man in the courtroom who had murdered his wife, who was pregnant, in front of his 2 children. And that's the day I decided to fight for families. That's the day I decided to fight for children. And I have a proven record of delivering results to those who elect me. And they were able to determine my record before they voted for me as district attorney in Doña County. Republicans are outnumbered nearly 3-to-1. And yet I get elected with as much as 60% of the vote, which requires the Democrats and independents to cross over. So the reason they should vote for me is because I have a proven record of fighting for families, of fighting for what's right, and doing so every day and being held accountable by those who elect me. I will be the governor that they can trust, because I'll deliver those same results fiscally, and for those that can't fight for themselves, for the kids in our educational system that are suffering, for the kids that can't graduate. I think outside the box, and I bring people together to make sure they do the same for each of you. Thank you.
The problems that face New Mexico are not Democrat, they're not Republican, they're not independent. They are New Mexico's problems. We need to solve them for New Mexicans. As your governor, I will be party blind in trying to deal with these critical issues that I outlined in my opening and have come up in the course of these questions. Those issues are not with one party or another party. They affect this entire state. We need to get our economy on the right track. We need to become business friendly so we can grow jobs, grow revenues. We need to diversify this state's economy. Those are not party issues. Those are New Mexico issues. And as your governor, I will be a New Mexican. I'm a native New Mexican. I'm proud to be a New Mexican. I want New Mexicans, independent, Democrat, Republicans, to be proud again to be New Mexicans. And that's my pledge to you, is we will make decisions based on what is best for New Mexicans. Thank you.
Mr. Way.
Thanks. Pete, you've been up here with me too long. You stole a couple of my lines.
Sorry, Al.
It's okay. Like Democrats and independents hunger for seasoned leadership just like Republicans do. Everybody hungers for leadership. Leadership with integrity. Leadership that'll be looking out for the everyday guy and gal in the street, looking out for what's right in New Mexico. 90% of what a governor does has nothing to do with party ideology. Too often, our politicians are caught up in party ideology. Too often. And that's a bipartisan problem, I might add. We have too many career politicians. Far too many. We need to have term limits on every elected office. Every elected office. But sadly, we don't, other than a few in the executive branch. The reason Democrats and independents will support me is that I'm not a career politician. I come to politics late in life. I come with a professional background. I come with proven experience. I'm somebody that most people trust because I'm good for my word, whether they be a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. I am good for my word, and I'm confident in the ability to have Democrats and independents vote for me. Thank you.
You know, I have served in your legislature for 8 years. If that is a career, I miss the pay part because it's a citizen legislature. And, you know, it was a privilege to do that. The reputation, the record that I have is being open, honest, and fair. I listen. I seek out information, and I will invite you right this minute. I have held a constituent meeting every Saturday morning for the last couple of years, 9 o'clock Southwest Secondary Learning Center, because it is so important to make sure that policy is developed for the people, not imposed on the people. And I have a record of making sure that we follow those details. You know, taking that webcam to the legislature was really a hoot. One of the times we were in the tax committee talking about a water bill, I had a little chat feature on there, and a guy chatted in and says, "That guy's lying." And you know, there are a lot of people who lie to us up there. And so I chatted back, so what's he lying about? How come? And what question can I ask? My goodness. It changed the entire course of the piece of legislation, and it was for the better. Operating in the open truly is a mindset. I have that mindset, but I also have a standard of ethics that our state government is crying for. It started when I was in soccer. It is in the work that I do today. And ethics makes a level playing field. You know, our state employees have truly been abused by this administration. I know that they hunger for a different way of working, and I believe that for Democrats as well as independents, they're looking for it.